Do not tell me that being bold and fiscally responsible have to be at odds of one another. We can and we will do both. We made a choice to be able to keep money in reserve as we launch new programs that support our people, that support our communities, that support our economy. And I'm thankful for the partnership that we have with the General Assembly that helped to make that happen. But right now, we have to apply that same discipline of last year's budget to this year's budget. Because we cannot rely on capital from the federal government, and we cannot simply rely on historic stock market performances. Hope cannot be the key ingredient to growth. We won't lead that way. So there are going to be three principles that are going to guide our work and build a responsible budget that actually meets this moment. The first, we are going to take a balanced approach. Fiscal responsibility has been the North Star of my administration from day one. We have made use of the money we had, and we kept money in reserve. But we need to ramp up restraint as we approach this new year. This is going to be the season of discipline, and our choices have got to reflect that. The second, we've got to be data-driven, and that starts with this extraordinary cabinet that we have. I am so grateful and so thankful, and I know as is the Lieutenant Governor, for this amazing group of individuals who have raised their hand, this remarkable, diverse team of experts in every sector and every industry. And they know I rely on facts. And I know, so do they. But they know how to solve big problems because they've done it their entire career. And they believe in actually getting out in our communities and working closely with each and every one of you. And I'm so thankful for not just my work with them every single day, but the fact that they're still even here as well. So for our remarkable cabinet, bless you guys, and thank you so much for all the hard work you're doing. And Paul, you know I'm about to shout you out, right? One of them has a birthday today, too. So Paul Wiedefeld, our remarkable Secretary of Transportation. And so I want to be clear, before I proceed, I want to be clear. We have a rule. You do not come in on your birthday. All right? Your birthday is your day for you to be spoiled and celebrated. And if you choose to come in on your birthday, I will embarrass you. So everybody, when you see Paul, I want you all to sing him happy birthday every time you see him all day long. Happy birthday, man. And in addition to working with this remarkable cabinet, in addition to working with each and every one of them, I ordered the creation of the new Maryland Economic Council that ensures that we're not just going to move with speed, we're going to move with intentionality, and we're going to move with strategy. That we're going to spend time actually tracking big trends and learning from our competitors to make sure that Maryland comes out on top. And soon, I will announce the appointment of a new Chief Performance Officer who is going to focus on monitoring the progress that we've made and the progress that still needs to happen and ensure efficiency across government. And they'll be working closely with each and every one of you to make sure we're tracking progress on the local level. The third thing, we need to prioritize our spending in a way that strengthens our assets and grows our economy in the long term. So as all of you probably are aware by now, I am deeply optimistic about the future of the state of Maryland. But I'm also clear about this, that optimism is not based on blind faith. That optimism is based on hard facts. The reason that I'm so optimistic is because we are the home of some of the greatest institutions of science and healthcare and research and education and commerce in the world. So understanding that, there is no reason that Maryland should be ranked 47th in the country in economic momentum. And there's no reason because we're better than that. We just need to start showing it. I want Maryland to be the headquarters of the 21st century. I want to make sure that we have an economy that's on the leading edge of innovation, that we have businesses that are ready to dominate, that we have a labor force that is ready to drive growth. And we can, in this moment, seize this moment. The national economy is changing. And do you know who also knows that? Our competitors. Who would have thought 20 years ago that Kentucky would be the capital of electric vehicle battery production? But you know what they did? They saw the EV revolution that was happening and they decided to bet on it. Who would have thought 20 years ago that Massachusetts would be the national leader on biotech? But they looked at their assets and they said, we've got great, tremendous assets, institutions of higher education. We're going to make a bet on it. And now they're the national leader in it. Maryland has the assets to command industries of both the present and the future. Now we just need a strategy and the discipline to actually unlock that same kind of potential. So those three principles, those are going to be the pillars of our success. We're going to be prudent. We're going to be data-driven. And we will prioritize our spending in a way that strengthens our economic engine, not just for the now, but for the future. And discipline will be the thing that will push us forward. The discipline to be collaborative. The discipline to be innovative. The discipline to choose the hard thing instead of the easy thing. It's things like the discipline of our president, President Calvin Ball, who has prioritized broadband in Howard County because he knows that leaving no one behind means making sure that everyone can get online. It's the discipline of Lenny Pfeffer. Is Lenny here? Hey, Lenny. It's the discipline of Lenny who's making sure that volunteer firefighters in Dorchester are getting the support that they need, and that's also going to help to boost their recruitment. Thank you so much for your discipline. It's a discipline of Danielle Hornberger. Is Danielle here? All right, well, I'm going to shout you out anyway. Who's spending her time watching out for the brave men and women who stand guard over our communities, because she knows that incentivizing people to serve doesn't just make us safer, it also drives growth. It's a discipline of Paul Edwards and Dave Caporelli, who sat down with me and our entire cabinet and spent time to talk about how we can work across party lines. That these are not partisan conversations. That Maryland winning is not being rooted for by one political party. We all want it, and we're all going after it. And who spent time speaking with us to also talk about the momentum that's happening in Mountain Maryland and making sure that Mountain Maryland has an economy by focusing on infrastructure projects that create jobs. This is going to take discipline from each and every one of us. It's going to take the discipline of the small business owner who chooses to stay in Maryland, even if other states are calling, because they see the same potential that we all do. It'll take the discipline of the student who makes the choice to earn a degree or earn a certificate in a field that's just starting to emerge. And doing that instead of going a more traditional path because they see the same potential that we all do. It'll take the discipline of every single theater, every business, every farmer, every CEO, every educator. Woohoo! Actually, I should say it again another round. Every educator, every faith leader, every clerk, every mom and every dad and every guardian, and every village elder. and hear me on this, it's going to take the discipline of elected officials at the state and the local levels. Elected officials who will commit to a spirit of partnership even if we face some tough decisions ahead. And yes, it's going to take the discipline of a governor who, as much as I want to say yes, you're going to hear some no's. The time for discipline is now. The time for responsible and intentional governing is now. And I have full confidence that if we choose to step up, if we act with ingenuity, if we act with focus as we are doing, we are going to prove ourselves worthy of this moment, and we are going to prove ourselves worthy of the future that we all seek. So let's embark on this journey together. And let's not just pave over the cracks, but let's actually use this moment to fix the foundation. Fix the foundation of what's broken, and make sure that we're actually doing it together. Because when we succeed, the people of Virginia and New Jersey and Pennsylvania and Delaware love them with all our heart, but they will look up and they will see what we did, and they are going to envy our strength. And guess what? They're going to become Marylanders. And they're going to talk about how we met this moment as Marylanders when our budgets were strained and our economy was sluggish and we endured. They're going to talk about how we met this moment as Marylanders when technology was changing and the economy was evolving and we seized it. They're going to talk about this moment, how we as Marylanders, when our competitors bet against us, that we were the ones that prospered. This is Maryland's time. This is our time. This is our decade. And it is our greatness in this moment that will be recognized. Because in this moment, if we do what we need to do, Maryland is going to win, and we are going to win in partnership. So thank you, God bless you, and we will leave no one behind in this moment.
Thank you so very much, Governor, for your thoughtful words and addressing us with so much passion and vision, and again, reinforcing the importance of collaboration and working together on so many of the important issues of today and tomorrow. It has been great having you participate throughout this conference and having your fantastic team here. We greatly appreciate your partnership. And to everyone here, thank you for taking the time and making the effort to be here this week. Again, a friendly reminder that our winter conference is at the Hyatt Regency Chesapeake Bay Hotel in Cambridge with our friends from Dorchester County, December 6th through the 8th, and we'll see you at the summer conference next year, August 14th through the 17th. And when you enjoy the rest of your weekend, please be safe. This 71st Annual Summer Mako Conference is now adjourned. Be well.